That global microchip shortage we've been telling you about has created a backlog of new vehicles at factories in the U.S. and Canada, and it has increased delays for customers waiting for their new rides. As Adam Atkinson explains, one local buyer is expected to wait up to 8 months to get into a truck he bought in February.
Brian Bowen bought this Ford F-150 truck from a dealership in Welland back in February.
Delivery dates were as soon as June. They had quoted 6 to 8 weeks delivery.
But he still doesn't have it.
Then, all of a sudden, maybe a month ago, it jumps to October 31st. I said, well, that's strange. I started making inquiries. Well, we don't know what's going on. The dealer went to their regional salesperson. They couldn't add anything to it.
An increased demand for microchips worldwide has caused shortages for all automakers. So Brian Bowen's new truck is still at the Ford plant in Dearborn, Michigan, waiting to get that tiny bit of technology. And because Brian Bowen traded in a truck as part of the deal, he's been without a vehicle since early March.
They already have almost $25,000 of my money in both trade and cash deposits, and they can't tell me anything.
Former Toyota executive and current McMaster professor Greg Mordew says he doesn't see an end in sight.
And the industry is getting ready to try to deal with this over the intermediate term, which could be as long as, I've heard anything from the end of summer to the end of next summer. So we're going to have to see how this shakes out.
Bowen says he's seen online that American customers are getting their trucks sooner.
A guy who had ordered in March is going to be, his truck is shipping to him. Now it's a US-based order, but it's basically the same truck.
I haven't heard of any sort of vehicle nationalism where in the same way that we hear about you can't have your vaccines in Canada because we're going to keep them in the US, we're going to keep them in Europe.
Bowen says he reached out to Ford Canada and asked to use the CEO's personal vehicle until his truck is delivered and had no response. Adam Atkinson, CHH News, Welland.